Good morning, everybody from Storky Homestead. So today we're on our way to North Oaks and Hammond. My husband Stephen has a surgery to remove a tumor, some other spots on his neck. It is benign. And so we're on our way. But while we were getting ready for surgery this morning, my husband's like, you ought to let me make a video. So if you know my husband, I was like, you want to make a video? And he's like, yeah, I've got something to say. And I'm like, okay. So we kind of discussed it, and what he has to say really touched home. I see a lot of one-sided issues with either the husband or the wife going, hey, my spouse, my boyfriend, my fiance, my family, my friends, they're not on board with me living a lifestyle where I'm creating my own food, where I'm securing my own food, where I'm creating closed loops, where I'm more interested in purchasing land than new vehicles. You know what I'm talking about. And I was like, I see that a lot, so I'm always talking to him about that. Well, it brings to mind a situation that we had. So we purchased our land getting very close to 4 years ago. Paid it off when we purchased it. We homesteaded it. 2 acres. And I remember I had all these dreams for this land. I'm like, we're going to do this, and we're going to do that, and we're going to do this. And I would every day almost bombard him with like 50 things that we needed to do, and I was going to do, and he needed to build me. And he would be like, okay. And that's all he would say. And I would be like, well, why are you not on board with this? Well, one day I asked him about, I don't know, a year and a half ago. I sat down and I got real with it. And I was like, why are you not like supporting me? Why are you not backing me up? And he said, honey, like, what do you want me to back up? The idea you had yesterday or the one you had today? Like, it's different every day. Every day you're coming home with 50,000 different things that we're going to do. And there's no way you can do it on 2 acres, and you don't know anything about what you're wanting to do. So what are you asking me? And it really, like, I think God used that to like open my eyes that sometimes the spouse that's on board overboards it, right? Like we just we regurgitate everything we're learning back into our other spouse who's like, whoa. So one of you is going to have one personality, the other one's going to have a different personality. Learn to communicate. So what I did was I backed off with all my ideas, and I got myself enrolled in free online classes across Louisiana, farming classes, food policy. I started watching YouTubers. I started experimenting, and I started with rabbits. And we kept only rabbits for a year. Then we did chickens for another year. And now we've introduced quail. One step at a time. Slow your roll down, okay? Because it's overwhelming to the other person who doesn't either have the time or the desire to just jump into this life. And if you add everything at one time, the expense, the time, the learning curve is too great. It's too great. So I'm going to turn the phone over to him. I'll let him just tell you how he feels about some things, and I hope that you really listen. So what do you want to say to everybody?
Ladies and gentlemen, I believe in our circumstance is I work every day at the Lion King retreat. That's every day cutting grass, coming home and getting my 3-subject notebook honeydew list. Well, that's 8 hours at one job. There's not enough time in a day to get your place to where y'all want it. It's a farm. There's gonna be breaks. There's gonna be water leaks. There's gonna be not literally water leaks, but on your rabbit trees, anything automatic waterers. There's gonna be leaks in it. Nothing's perfect. Definitely when you're the one having to come home and fix it. You just don't have enough time. And you may have time, but you also have to have time for yourself too.
And to get out of the heat.
To get out of the heat too. And I'm going to tell you, I want to spend more time with my wife. Sometimes I get irritated. I'm sitting here like, okay, it's too hot to be out here doing something. talk and see how your day's going. But some days I don't get to do that because some days it's hey, watch this YouTube. Watch this YouTube. Watch this YouTube. Well, I could care less about YouTube. I don't care. I would rather have a little bit of time with her, not YouTube. I could throw the phones through the windows. But your farm is a farm. It's not perfect. You're always going to have something to do. You're going to have grass to cut. You're going to have a water leak to fix. You got to have feed to go feed animals. Got to go pick up feed. Got to go do. Got to go. Well, y'all don't kill yourself. If you can't do it all, get rid of something.
Right, sustainable loops. And he's right. When the feed costs started going up, we sat down and I'm like, can I do this? Can I feed these animals naturally? And he's like, yeah, you can. You can. I need you to I mean, let's be honest. How many rabbits did I kill that last year? 38?
A bunch.
30. All right, so I actually killed 38 baby rabbits on accident. I changed them completely from pelleted feed to grass. And they gassed up on me. It called, because they can't belch. They started having diarrhea and seizures, and it was awful. And we were able to save the rest because I figured out what it was, and I started making an apple cider herbal remedy to break up all that and get their gut bacteria back online. But it broke my heart. And so for the last year, I was real resistant on anything but pelleted feed. And then the recession hit. And I told my husband, I'm like, you're not working to support a hobby farm. Like, if we're going to make money, or we're going to be able to because it might be cheaper for you to go buy your meat if it's costing you so much to grow it yourself, because they're not just going to push the cost of meat up, are they, baby? They got to push everything up.
When the fuel went up, everything goes up, because the truck drivers have to make money. When you take the truck driver, he's paying for his fuel. Then that meat has to go up for the next person, and then that next person has to make money, so he's got to go up on his prices. So everything's going to go up. It's not just one thing going to go up on you. It's everything. But the whole thing is that it's not perfect. I don't care who you are, what you do. You'll never get it perfect at all. It's, you do what you can. Don't kill yourself. Ladies, if your husband's working, back up. Look at it. Where are you at? You're on the farm. This man here's out there working in the sun. Yes, you are in the sun too. But needless to say, you can stop what you're doing
and go in the AC.
And go inside. Cool off. Take a break. Some of us don't have that luxury. My job, I have a cafeteria I can go to, but that don't mean I can go spend 45 minutes sitting in the AC. I have to go in there, I grab my snack, I eat, drink, do that, and get right back out there. We're not out there trying to say that we're doing a harder job or nothing, but we got to work together. And this heat, needless to say, you got to give and take a little.
That's right. So ladies, when I talk about sustainable loop systems and why I push so hard to find ways that I can grow the food they're going to eat, I can find a way to feed them, I can fix the watering systems, I can sex out the rabbits and separate it, I can do sales off the farm by myself. I have gotten to where I've never been, so I'm almost 50, and I'm more physically strong right now than I've ever been in my entire life working, because at first it was like I would do a little, then wait for him to get home and just bombard him. Help me, fix this, I need that. And then he had this conversation with me, and he's like, okay, Sam, look, all right, I can't. I just felt that resistance come back. So then I started asking him, hey, can you show me? And he would be like, what? And I'm like, remember that conversation? I was like, because if something happens to you, if something was to happen to you, how can I sustain what we already have built if you don't teach me? So he had a weed eater that I'm telling you, this weed eater weighs like 25 pounds. He laughs at me. I can't even crank the thing. It's so big.
I crank it with one pull. Her daddy can't crank it. Nobody gets to crank it. I can crank it right up.
Right, but it's your weed eater. So
that's my baby.
I convinced him to let me buy an electric weed eater for me. And I mean, not electric, a battery operated.
Battery operated.
Now, the battery only lasts about 45 minutes because my grass is very thick. But I appreciated that and I'm going to tell y'all what, he didn't mind spending that $100 and something. He helped me pick out something that I could hold, that I could charge, that I could crank myself. He taught me how to use it. Then all he had to do was go knock down the heavy stuff for me, and I keep up with the weed eating myself now. Did you appreciate that?
Yes.
See, it's just, and I always say that. Quit finding reasons why you can't. Start finding reasons why you can. You guys are rowing in the same boat. If somebody is showing a resistance to something, if it's your wife, if it's your husband, your parents, they're pulling back, then they need to be able to believe that you can hold your end of the bargain up. I mean, who wants to get in a boat, start rowing with somebody, and they can't even keep count with the rows?
All you're going to do is row in a circle.
Row in a circle, amen. So this is what, just a husband and wife on the way to surgery this morning, just trying to give you guys some of the wisdom and things that we've learned over the last 3 years. We really got serious about this about 2.5 years ago. And if you watch any of our videos, you can see every day that we're just closing the gap, closing up the loops.
The biggest thing is take your day by day. Don't get in a hurry. Do what you can. Tomorrow will be here sooner or later.
Yeah.
We ain't got to rush nothing. Everything's going to wait.
That's right. Everything has a season.
Yes. So, that's all I had to say.
So we really do hope, guys, that this just helps you. Sorry about the bounce bone. We are in the truck on the way to surgery. We just hope this slows you down a little bit, helps you sit back, sit down with your spouse. If they don't want to deal with goats, do not push a goat issue, okay? I had some roosters. Real quick story. We had 2 beautiful golden buff roosters, and I wanted to keep my golden buffs here and my Americanas there, and this is what I was gonna do. And I needed a second chicken coop, and I needed, and eventually the 2 flocks became 1, and we noticed that the golden buff roosters were very aggressive. And it was getting where it was becoming very dangerous. Like, they were attacking everybody.
Except for me.
Except for him. Like, I mean, they didn't want nothing to do with him. I mean, it was bad. It was bad. I couldn't even walk in the yard. I'm not joking. If they saw you, one ran at you from the front, the other one came in from directly behind you, and they hurt you. So my dogs started getting really aggressive towards the roosters, not the hens. If they saw a rooster coming towards me, they would just annihilate it. And I didn't want that bad behavior to set in for them, so we sold the golden buffs. And the flock became 1, so now I have a mixed flock. Who cares? Everybody's like, I want this and I want that. They're barnyard chickens now. They're healthier, they're laying eggs.
The one thing about it is an egg. I don't care if it comes from a Banny rooster, from a golden buff. I'm going to eat it.
We're going to eat it. We're those kind of people. We eat it. And the meat is just as fine too. So that's what I'm saying. I wanted one thing, and he was on board for it, but with the price of building a second big coop, trying to make sure you predator proof it, I'm going to tell y'all what right now. If you want to know how to predator proof your chicken coops, go watch our dogs. Go watch the videos on our 2 dogs, all right, especially the little one. The German Shepherd's in the coop right now with the chickens and the quail and the rabbit, just chilling with them while we go into surgery. That's his job. That's what I beat him for. He's not a lap dog. He's a German Shepherd. You have a job, I expect you to do it, even when I'm not at home. So we just hope that these types of videos really help you. Like I said, I'm just seeing a lot of people. I don't know what to do. I can't get anybody on board. Encourage yourself. But if you are married, especially if you are married, and your other half, we're one flesh, right? And if he's resistant or I'm resistant to something, back away from that. Pray about it, and if it's meant to be, God will order your steps and bring it into existence. Otherwise, You're going to build something that's going to crumble. It cannot. It has no foundation. Because if we don't build it together, it was never meant to be built. So you guys have a blessed day from Starkey Homestead. Everybody say a prayer for my husband.
Yeah. I'm just ready for some coffee.
I know it does funk good, doesn't it?
Yeah. There's no free Wi-Fi at this hospital.
Are you sure?
I'm on it right now and it is all locked. Oh, hold on, we got something. Got a nibble.
We got a nibble.